As I mentioned, my name is Chantrice Bradley. Pronouns are she, her, hers. And let's get started about living at Newark. So we have space for around 307 students. So as you can imagine, with that number, that we don't have enough space to accommodate all of our applicants or all of our incoming students. So we do have a lottery system. And so those who are admitted should receive an email in regards to the housing application, as that is your ticket into the lottery. So you'll need to submit your housing application, as Wes mentioned, by mid-April. April 15th is a great deadline to stick to, just to ensure you have all your ducks in a row, all fees are paid, and you're for sure in the lottery. But the absolute deadline is April 23rd. But again, try to aim for mid-April, April 15th. I always like to say tax day is a great day, a great deadline. But again, the housing application as well as the $350 deposit is your entrance into the housing lottery. So all right, let's take a look at your options. So we have our traditional community style living of McConnell Hall. So McConnell Hall is our first year only residence hall here at Newark. You'll have only one other roommate, so it's two residents per room. It's a community style living, but don't fret. When you think about community style, we do have community bathrooms, but don't think of like the locker room style community bathrooms. All of our stalls have locked doors, so you still have the privacy of your own bathroom. You just share it with those on your floor. We also have on the first floor of McConnell is our community style kitchen, as well as our laundry facilities for those that live in McConnell. McConnell is also like our hub for our residence hall. So that's where all residents can come pick up their packages, check their mail. Also, that's where our front office is located. So if they have any questions for me or my staff, or as they get locked out their space or have any questions, they can come to McConnell Hall to get those questions answered. But what's included, a kind of view inside of your space, again, is two residents per room in all of our spaces. So McConnell Hall, you only have one roommate. Each student will have their own desk, twin XL bed, and they'll have like a wardrobe closet for their personal belongings. They will also have a shared mini fridge and microwave combination. So that is McConnell. Then also on each of the hallways of McConnell, we have our study lounge areas, as well as we have on the opposite end of where our community restrooms, we have a closed off study lounge space. But in the center near the elevators, it's just that open lounge for you to be able to hang out with those on your floor. We often have students who do group projects, we do have a dry erase wall available for our students on each floor to help do those math equations or take notes or do group projects, as I mentioned. And like I said, in the lobby, just get a picture of just the community kitchen, and as well as our laundry facilities. Laundry facilities are free. There's no additional charge for our laundry facilities in all of our residential spaces. Next, we have apartment style. So apartment style, essentially you have the same amenities as in McConnell, but you're just sharing it with less people. So you do have a full kitchen that has your full fridge, stove, and dishwasher, as well as your own bathroom, again, which you would share with those in your spaces. And each room holds two residents. So we have two-bedroom apartments and three-bedroom apartments. So you either have four people in a space or six individuals in a space. And again, same size bed, twin XL. You have a desk and you also have a closet in which you will share with your roommate. And then you have the other essentials that share with your suite mates of the kitchen and bathroom areas. Each of our buildings have a laundry facilities. And each of the buildings, again, free for our residents to use. And a great upgrade this year is we incorporated pool tables in our community spaces that is also open for apartments and McConnell residents to enjoy. Again, another look inside the apartment, as far as like just to give you an idea of the furniture that's included. So you do have dining table, you have a living room set, as in addition to, like I said, the bed, the desk, and as well as the shared closet space in the bedrooms. So another view and a view inside our bedrooms. Another angle of the closet. All right. Now that we've talked about, living in the residence hall, let's talk about the experience. So, we have what we call a residential curriculum, which is our way to ensure that this is more just a place where you can, go to sleep or, wake up and attend classes. We want to make sure that you're also achieving some learning goals and personal and professional development in your time living with us. So, our staff our housing staff, as well as myself, we do what we call plan engagements, which are just your programs and events that partake to make sure that you're ensuring that you have a great learning outcome, such as like we collaborate with career services and hosting like resume workshops. We collaborate with other partners on campus to bring different experiences within our residence halls, and also making sure that yes, the karaoke night, but there's a learning opportunity there too, as far as like bonding, social engagement. We also do a lot of workshops to kind of help. Like this past year, we did like our College 101 series of workshops to talk about study skills. That was also in collaboration with some of our campus partners, as well as conflict resolution of how to have maybe tough conversations of confrontation if there's a roommate conflict, right? So want to make sure that you have all the tools for success while you're living with us. And we do have, and then we collaborate, like I said, with Campus Activities Board, which is our main campus programming body, but we also work together in collaboration of programs within the residence halls. And then we also have student government programming leadership opportunities as far as activities on campus. And also, most important for us is safety. So I like to mention too that residents that live on campus, their book ID is their room key. So it gives them access to the building and access to their rooms. So your roommate is the only person that can technically key into your space, but no one else. Even your suite mates, if you're living in apartments, their key is specifically coded for the main door and the room door, and of course, access to the building. So that's one way we try to instill safety within our residence halls. Also, our campus is extremely well lit, so there's rarely any dark areas or dark spots as you're walking through campus, and our campus security is available 24/7 for all students and residents to utilize. We also have a good crisis management policies and procedures that we follow with our resident advisors. So they are on duty every day of the week between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. And of course, during the work hours, that's where I'm available for assistance if any needs are to arise. We also have a lot of task forces on campus that make sure to ensure safety is also a priority of ways to be better, ways to improve. But yeah, so that's our safety on campus. Jobs. All right. So I know the resident advisor, I can't say this enough, it's a great leadership opportunity. So currently our resident advisor position are for those who are in their second year, as is a requirement to have live-on experience. But it's a great experience to, help students transition from high school to college and kind of make themselves known on campus. And we have a great compensation package for our resident advisors. So it's a free room. You have 40% off of your meal plan, as well as a biweekly stipend that you are granted if you are RA. And like I said, a transferable skills such as leadership, communication, time management, and you helping to build community. And not to brag on myself, you have a great supervisor. So it's a great opportunity to be a RA. We also have what we call our office assistants. We typically have openings maybe mid-semester, and that is not a live-on requirement. So you can work our front desk. So our OAs are responsible for handling any lockouts, issuing packages, as well as if they're like our front line, if someone comes with an emergency, they make sure to connect them with the right resource. There's also other campus opportunities with our other campus partners, such as recreational services, admissions, dining services, bookstore, and a lot of other offices and departments on our campus. A big question is always, can students have a car on campus? The answer is yes. And what makes the package even sweeter is parking is absolutely free here at OSU-Newark. We just ask for our students to park in the white line spaces, as the yellow spaces are meant for our faculty and staff. Those that plan to live on campus, part of move-in is to pick up your parking permit, as you do need a parking permit to um, park on campus, but again, that's absolutely free, and you can pick um your parking passes from Campus Safety in Warner. Alrighty, so that is living on campus. And so I think there were a lot of some questions that was popped up in the Q&A. So let me get to that to be able to answer.
Yes, and I actually, as you were speaking there, Chantrice, I noted a few that I think might be good to answer live for everyone.
Okay.
And so I'll pose those to you if you don't mind, and we can answer them for the group here this evening. And so the first one, I know that you were talking about the mini fridge and microwaves that are in McConnell Hall. So
Mhm.
can students add another mini fridge to that or any other appliances?
Unfortunately, no. So only other fridges that are permitted are medical fridges, and that has to be approved as disability services. But there cannot be any additional mini fridges into the spaces. And that goes for both McConnell and apartments. So apartments have the full fridge, and you cannot have a mini fridge in your actual room space. Unless it's again a medical fridge that's approved by disability services. As when it comes to appliances, so in McConnell Hall, you cannot have toasters, air fryers due to the fire safety of um, the space, as well as any hot plates. Now, hot plates goes across the board for both apartments and McConnell, as well as air fryers. But students are permitted to have toasters only in apartments, but not McConnell.
Excellent. Thank you, Chantrice, for clarifying that. And we had another question about dining on campus. So I don't know if you were able to speak more to that. I believe the short answer is yes, but maybe you could elaborate a little more. But does dining on campus accommodate dietary restrictions?
Yes, so they do provide a variety of dietary needs, and that's reflected in their menu. And also, students have the capabilities with their dining plan to order from Grubhub, to our off-campus dining facilities to meet your dietary needs.